Imagine waking up not to the sound of an alarm or a new day full of possibilities, but to a void. A silence so heavy, it feels louder than any scream. Not a peaceful silence, but the kind that follows bombs, that echoes through broken buildings and shattered families. In Gaza, this silence is not rare. It is routine. It is the sound that comes after entire neighborhoods are wiped out, after children's laughter is permanently silenced, and after the world chooses to look away. According to Gaza's Ministry of Health, over 62,000 people have been killed or are missing since the war began. Of those, more than 51,000 are confirmed dead, and 11,000 remain missing, many presumed buried beneath rubble. This is not just a humanitarian crisis. It is an erasure of human existence. Over 2,172 families have been entirely wiped off the face of the earth. No survivors. In 5,070 other families, only one person remains alive to carry the memory of everyone else. These are not just numbers. They are a collective graveyard of names, faces, and futures. More than 18,000 children have been killed, including 281 newborns who died within days or even hours of birth. 892 infants, not yet a year old, were also among the dead. This is not a tragedy. It is an atrocity. 12,400 women have lost their lives, many while protecting their children or searching for food and water. At least 52 people, mostly children, have died due to hunger, while 14 children lost their lives due to exposure in freezing weather. In Gaza, even the womb is not a sanctuary. War typically spares those who heal, those who serve, and those who report. But in Gaza, hospitals, clinics, journalists, and rescue workers have been deliberately targeted. Over 1,400 healthcare workers have been killed. 144 ambulances have been destroyed, along with 38 hospitals and 81 health centers. 164 medical facilities have been directly bombed. Even as they tried to save lives, they became victims themselves. 113 civil defense workers, 748 rescue personnel, and 211 journalists have also been killed, many while delivering aid or truth. The assault on Gaza is not only killing its people, it is erasing its future. Over 13,000 students have been killed. At least 800 teachers and 150 professors have died in the attacks. More than 785,000 children have been completely cut off from education. 142 schools have been destroyed, and 364 more are partially damaged. Books, pencils, and classrooms have been replaced with debris and silence. A generation raised on hope now walks among ruins. More than 2 million people have been displaced. 280,000 families are in urgent need of new shelter, but even 111,000 tents, once provided for protection, have now been rendered useless. 232 shelters and 37 aid centers have been destroyed. Over 39,000 children are now orphans. 14,500 women have become widows. 3,500 children are at immediate risk of death due to hunger. This is not just war. This is the manufactured collapse of humanity. More than 165,000 homes have been completely destroyed. Another 115,000 homes are uninhabitable, with an additional 200,000 damaged. Gaza's basic infrastructure, roads, electricity, water, and sewage, has been decimated. Over 3,780 kilometers of power lines and 2,105 transformers have been destroyed. 330,000 meters of water pipelines, 719 wells, and 655,000 meters of sewage lines have also been destroyed. 2.85 million meters of roads have been bombed. Gaza has been systematically turned into an unlivable wasteland. The destruction has not spared sacred places or cultural memory. 828 mosques have been demolished and 167 more damaged. 3 churches have been bombed. 206 cultural and historical landmarks have been erased. Even death is not safe. 19 cemeteries have been bombed, and 2,300 bodies have been unearthed from graves. This is not only a loss of life, but a loss of heritage and dignity. The financial cost of this devastation exceeds $42 billion, not just in buildings, but in lost futures, destroyed livelihoods, and economic paralysis. Gaza is not merely under attack, it is being deliberately unmade. This is not simply a war between two sides. This is a human catastrophe unfolding in slow motion. When thousands of lives are lost, when children are buried beneath rubble, when schools become cemeteries, and when the world remains silent, the question is no longer what is happening to Gaza, but rather, what is happening to humanity? Don't let this be another story that fades away. Share it. Speak up. Remember the names. Because silence, in times like this, is not neutral. It is a choice. And every voice raised in truth is a blow against injustice.